Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be continuing reading our entire Bible like we have been doing. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so as we know, we've been reading about Samson, so this one's going to be called A Bad Haircut, based on Judges chapter 16 verses 1 through 20. So, he comes to the gate, and they ask him, "What is your business?" Ooh. Alright, one evening, Samson visits the Philistine city of Gaza. So he's at the gate. "What is your business in Gaza?" "I've come to see a friend." Well, that same guard goes and he says, "I just saw Samson entering a house down the street." "How did he get in?" "Samson? I didn't recognize him." He's in the cloak and things. "Never mind. Close the gate and we'll trap him in the city. Call out all the guards. Samson will never leave Gaza alive." The Philistines call out all their guards and lie in wait for Samson. "I've never seen Samson. What is he like?" The guards talk among themselves. "Oh, he's like anyone else, if you don't count the fact that he has hair like thick vines and the strength of 100 men. At midnight, Samson walks down the street and toward the gate. Lots of guards on duty tonight. They're probably not here to help me through the gate, so he goes on the attacks, and I help myself. Stop him, don't let him escape." And then, his feat of strength and the strength that God has given him. And this, see, we can see here, he rips this gate off. Now, they've estimated that gate probably weighed around 10,000 pounds. And on top of that, it was, posted into stone walls. It's not only did he lift and carry 10,000 pounds, because he carried it away. He wanted them to witness, the power of God. He ripped it out of the wall on top of that, out of that concrete wall. So, that just shows the amount of strength Samson had, the amount of strength that God blessed him to have. And it's just insane to even think about it or try to comprehend. I mean, we watch all these strong men now, we're like, man, these guys are strong. They train all their lives to lift, deadlift 1,000 pounds. I think one of the big ones was like 1,102 pounds or something like that. And here, Samson did not have to train at all, and he was able to lift a 10,000 pound gate. He was able to kill a lion with his bare hands. He was able to push down pillars to tumble a concrete building. But now he carries it, as I said, on his back. Who can stop a man strong enough to carry the city gate? I'll tell you, his strength is not human, and it was God's strength. News of Samson's escape from Gaza spreads through the country. Rulers of the Philistine cities are worried and call a meeting. "Samson must be captured. Let's put all of our armies together." "I'm not risking my army on Samson. We've got to find another way." "I have an idea. We know Samson has more than mortal strength. If we can learn the source of the strength." "Do you think he's going to tell us what it is?" "No, but he'll tell the right person. I hear he's in love with Delilah." "Delilah? She's a Philistine." "Right. She'll get Samson to tell her his secret. Then she'll tell us." "Will she? What if she's in love with Samson?" "She's also in love with money. Come on, let's go see her." So the Philistines' rulers visit Delilah. "If you find out Samson's secret for us, we'll give you 1,100 pieces of silver each, payable when they deliver Samson into our hands." She thinks to herself, 1,100 times 5 equals, well, that's a lot of money. How can I refuse? The amount of money is a small fortune. If she can find out Samson's weakness, Delilah will be as rich as a modern-day millionaire. So, basically the amount they had, given her would be, if we, like the millionaires we have now. I mean, they were offering her millions of dollars to stop, to put a stop to Samson. They knew how critical he could be to their plans and their armies and all that stuff. So she obviously can't refuse to take the amount of money. So for 5,500 pieces of silver, Delilah is willing to pretend she loves Samson. "You're so strong, Samson. Is there anything that can hold you?" "If I were tied with 7 new leather straps, I'd be no stronger than any other man." On Samson's next visit, he falls asleep. Delilah ties him up with 7 new leather straps. This will hold him now. How shall I spend the reward money? Samson, wake up, the Philistines are here. And he gets up and rips out of the ropes. Samson, you tricked me, she thinks herself. And he yells out, why did you tie me up? Oh, just a girlish whim. I wanted to see if you were telling me the truth. Delilah keeps trying to learn the secret of Samson's strength, but she binds him up in different ways, but each time he breaks free at last. So he keeps breaking free no matter what she does because he's not telling her the truth. There were certain things Samson couldn't do. He couldn't touch the dead. He couldn't drink, anything like alcohol or basic, wine or anything like that. He couldn't, and he could not cut his hair. Cutting his hair would be the last straw. So, you don't love me. If you did, you would tell me the true weakness. Don't cry. I'll tell you my secret. When I was dedicated to God, a promise was made never to cut my hair. If I break that promise, God will take away my strength. I'll be as weak as any other man. At last, Delilah has this real secret. She calls the Philistines, and they plan to trap Samson that night. Have your chains ready and bring the money you promised me. That evening, Samson calls on Delilah when he falls asleep. Now's your chance. I've never seen such long hair, but I still don't see how this would take away his strength, so they cut his hair completely off. He's practically bald by now. And this was the last straw. So she yells out, Samson, wake up, the Philistines are here. Samson wakes up ready to defend himself. And he cries out, my hair, it's gone. I have broken my promise, and now God has taken away my strength. You broke the leather straps, but let's see you break out our chains now. Samson's strength is gone. Chained and under heavy guard, he is taken away. What will they do to him? Delilah asks, and the ruler says, put out his eyes and throw him into a prison. Our troubles with Samson are over. So after they've cut his hair, they had stabbed out his eyes, so now he's completely blind, and they had put him in prison. Here's your money, Delilah, you've earned it. 5,500 pieces of silver, all mine, she thinks to herself. When Delilah counts her money, Samson is led through the streets of Gaza, captive and chained. Ha, the mighty judge of Israel is a weakling now. So now we've seen, many things happen with Samson. He started out as an arrogant young man, trying to get him a wife and things like that. Fortunately, that all came to a bad ending. But then he went on for 20 years to serve, God and to serve his people, as their leader. But he starts seeing Delilah now, and he's falling in love with her. But then she betrays him for money. And unfortunately, now we've seen his downfall. Now he's broken his last promise. He's seen him touch the dead. He was tricked into drinking, and now he's cut his hair. He's broken his final promise, and so we will see where God carries him next. I've covered the story before, but it's a great story, and it's one of the most incredible. And Samson is a real life superhero. He was like Superman or whatever. He had strength like no other man will ever have, or no other man has ever had. But it's an incredible story, and it's something we can definitely learn from. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something new just as well. As always, take it easy, and God bless.